Hey, what's going on? It's Stokely from Sauce on Delay. I'm using my I'm gonna use my voice recorder because I want to be able to read something on another app while I'm recording. So I'm gonna go on my Instagram. I'm gonna search for Eddie. There's a guy in England. I think he's from Nigeria or Ghana or somewhere like that. What is it? He's from Nigeria or Ghana or somewhere like that. I think he's from Ghana, and then he studied in Nigeria, and then he went to the United Kingdom. He became a nurse. He seems to always been into, if not fitness, aesthetics, because he's always got big arms, big chest, whatever. So he said that at one point he started gaining weight. He had all kind of health issues. So what he started doing was cutting out the preservatives, the sugars, all the food that's heavily processed, highly processed foods. And now he's like an internet guru, and he's an internet personality. And the reason why he has as much, I don't know what you call it, why he's so viral is because he curses all the time, for one thing. He curses all the time, and one thing he always says is, eat eggs, right? He's big into meat eating, which I am not really into that, because it's my understanding that our gut biome prefers plant matter. Our gut biome is very good at dealing with plant matter. It's not so great at dealing with meat and stuff like that. So I'm more pro vegetables. I still got to figure out what kind of vegetables though. And I got to start actually eating some vegetables, because, I don't eat enough vegetables. So anyhow, Eddie, his name is Eddie Abbew. Eddie Abbew or Eddie Abbew. EDDIE_ABBEW is his Instagram handle. And I'm sure he has a presence on probably TikTok or some other platform. So he posted a question to his, I don't know how many followers. Let me see how many followers he has. Let me see how fucking see. He has 3.7 million followers. Sometimes what he does is he goes into the supermarket and he takes down boxes of food and shows them to you and say, listen, this is not food. And then he says, this is not bleeping food. And he says it in a British kind of slang accent, so it all sounds very funny. And he's an older gentleman, so you don't really he's not really that old, but you don't really expect someone who's really thinking about your well-being to use such bad words. So it's kind of tough love, and he's just letting you have it. Of course, he has his trolls and his detractors in his comment section saying whatever they're saying. Like I said, I don't agree with everything he says. I agree with him on the processed foods. I agree with him on the sugar. Don't really agree with him on eating all the meat and stuff. I can agree with him on the eggs because they're easily digestible. You get a significant amount of protein. You get a significant amount of cholesterol, which is good for your brain, which he says that too. This guy over here, he's lifting up rebar on his back, which I don't think is probably the best way to do it. But all right. So let me go through so this is the question he posted. Let's see when it was. I don't know, 4 days ago. 4 hours ago. 4 hours ago. So I woke up this morning and I saw his post about it. And I found it funny. I'm only going to read the stuff that I basically agree with or find funny. The stuff that I find trolling or the stuff that I don't even agree with. Well, I might read some of the stuff I don't agree with too. I don't want to be too biased. I'm going to be a little bit biased though. So I'm going to read people with 8,900 responses. Of course, he has 3.7 million followers, right? So his question was, name something that massively improved your mental health. Okay, let's go to the comments. God's love, finding purpose, cutting back on sugar, giving up junk food, diet, my daughter's smile. This guy says the Quran. This person says not giving a F about what people think. Another person says diet, rescuing stray dogs, eating real food and not processed bleep, stop drinking alcohol, leaving a toxic work environment, working out, diet, walking 30 to 60 minutes a day, being in the forest. This guy says Islam, deleting Facebook. Another person right after that says deleting Facebook. Diet again. Stop watching. What it says? Stop watching the news. Another one says Allah. Another person says divorce. Another one says Islam. Another one says going to the gym. My artwork. Not giving up. Bleep what people think. The word of God. My Bible. Getting out of a toxic relationship. Jesus Christ. Ditching fear-based accounts. Jesus Christ. God. Islam. Praying. Stop drinking. Walking every day. Smarter food choices. He asked for one, but that person gave 3. Another person, gym. Another person, the gym. Another person, avoiding people. That's one that I agree with. Exercise. Starting gym. Went to a therapist. Consistent sleep. Gym. Jesus Christ. Sobriety. Swimming in the ocean. Prayer and gym. Realizing I should have walked away earlier. That's another divorce or leaving a relationship. Leaving a relation. Shit. Walking and cutting carbs. This person says marijuana. I don't really agree with that, but all right. Reading a book. Hot yoga. Hot yoga. No sugar. Music. Jesus. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. What is that? Walking again. Jesus. Jesus. Jesus Christ. Giving up alcohol. Gym and diet. Taking up boxing. Getting sober. Being true to myself. Muay Thai, which is another martial art. CrossFit, more exercise. This person says carnivore lifestyle, which, you know, I don't agree with. Knowing when to leave the relationship and the job, one person said. Gym, walking, stop eating bleep. Let's see. Accepting it. I guess accepting things. Self-love. Clapping Mrs. Cheeks. That's not a recipe for any kind of solution, really. Living by the ocean. Music. Ignoring the media. Giving up alcohol. Meditation. Cold water. Immersion. Supportive community. Good sleep. Nutrition. Exercise. This person gave a whole thing. Believing in yourself. Regular exercise. Cardio exercise. Becoming single. That's another person leaving a relationship. Nature. Gym. This guy says porn. That causes problems. That causes mental health issues. He's a troll. He's just trolling. Next one says divorce. That's another man saying divorce again. Another person says marijuana. My dog. Cold showers. Gym. Stopping alcohol. Stepping back from people. Daily morning walk. Exercise. Gardening. Boxing. Running. Gut and psychology syndrome. I don't know what that is. Maybe he's dealing with, eating the right foods for his brain. Exercise and diet. God, Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's enough. That's enough. That's a lot, right? But we see a consistent amount of solutions. There's over 8,900 comments. I can't go through them all. It would be wonderful, if we had just a checklist, but then it wouldn't give the people the ability to choose from, to impart their own solutions that might help other people. So, what do I summarize from this? Sleep, exercise, staying away from people, getting out of unreasonable and unhealthy relationships, romantic relationships, or even a job. I said exercise already. I'm going to say exercise again because they said, believing in God, whether it's Allah or Jesus. Meditation, yoga. Yoga is Buddhism, kind of. So, but you don't have to be a Buddhist to practice yoga. So, faith, as we can see. Faith, exercise, getting off of alcohol, a lot of people said. One person said, going to the psychologist. Going out in nature, getting outside. Right? People said getting outside. More than one person said that. So it's the same things that we've seen over and over again that we understand. Stop eating processed foods. There's one or two people that said that. These people who follow him are somewhat influenced by him, but these aren't all things that he recommends. He doesn't really talk about alcohol too much. He doesn't talk about going out in nature much. When you see him walking, his legs aren't really 100%. So he doesn't talk about walking too much. He does talk about exercise. He does talk about eating meat. And not that many people talked about eating meat. So these people came from within themselves and provided real solutions that have provided them solutions. He doesn't talk about religion either. People said Allah, Islam, the Bible, the Quran, Jesus Christ. So having faith helps. Getting out in nature helps. Staying away from people helps. Staying away from toxic people helps. Divorce helps. Getting out of relationships helps. And these are things that help their mental health. Getting into a supportive community. So a supportive community means getting out of a relationship. A supportive community might be just being around yourself. Somebody said self-love in there. So that was a great contribution that I think he made by making that post, because we saw consistent, repeated solutions out here. The solutions are there. We already know what they are. We just sometimes... a lot of people say getting off of Facebook. I'm sorry, I forgot this part. Getting off of Facebook and stop reading the news. More than one person said that. Getting off of upsetting social media platforms. A lot of people deleted their Facebooks. And the research has already been done. New York City has already determined that social media is a health hazard. Specifically, they were talking about Facebook. Social media is a health hazard. You're looking at somebody else's life, they're happy, you feel inadequate, you feel jealous, you feel crazy now. I see people losing it on Facebook. I felt like I've lost it sometimes on Facebook. Because it's so easy and accessible, you can just bug out. One of the things, if you want to, alright, so I'm done talking about Eddie Abbew. Thank you, Eddie, for that. But this is another meditation I was having. I know this guy. He's a rapper. But he's kind of conscious for the most part. I used to work with him. I used to work with him at a job when I worked for the city. He was a funny guy, man. Listen, this guy was so funny. When I laughed, it was painful. It was painful. I was laughing so much. I couldn't breathe. My stomach was hurting. I'm telling you, we would be in the office laughing because we used to work late. The union people would leave at about 2 o'clock and we'd have to still work till about 4 o'clock. So we'd be there in the office just chilling, doing a little bit of work. But he'd be bugging out, he'll be telling me all about his life and stuff, when he was touring and stuff like that. And, oh man, we used to laugh so much. But anyhow, saw him on social media recently and he was homeless. But he's talking about, and I mentioned this already, he says the CIA is doing experiments on him. He's saying that they've been experimenting on him and there's things implanted into him. And so I reached out to him and I gave him a call. And he said he didn't believe that I was who I was. He asked me to speak to my superior. So he thought that I was a CIA operative or a CIA agent or a CIA asset or whatever you want to call it. He thought I was, he didn't believe I was who I was claiming to be. So he was, he's really tripping right now. He's not, he's tripping right now. He's going through it right now. But anyhow, one thing about him, he has a song named Shine. He has a song named Shine, right? It means, dude, be great. Be great. Work to the best of your abilities. And be the great person that you are. You are a great person. So just keep working. But, the thing about it is, one of my buddies, he was telling me about something that he was doing. And it's something so progressive. I mean, there's a lot of guys who I associate with that are doing progressive and good things. Family-wise and business-wise, they're doing good. They're fighting against the stereotype. But you know what? The thing about it is, when you're doing good, somebody feels inadequate. Somebody gets jealous. Somebody want to destroy you. The devil maybe sends them to want to destroy you. Maybe it's the devil. I don't know who it is or what it is, but it's something within ghetto culture, especially. Maybe because the majority of black people are poor. And we come from a scarcity mindset. Also, just a flexing mindset where even if you're poor, you still want to look like you're doing something. You still don't want to feel inadequate socially. And you'll even waste your potential monetary gains that you could be making just to have a temporary ego boost. So anyhow, somebody might see you shining and doing well. And as a result of that, they want to destroy you. They hate you. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of dangerous to shine at the same time. Now, this is not related to what Eddie Abbew was talking about. But it is kind of related to the part where people say they want to get off of Facebook. It's good to get off of Facebook if you find that you're a jealous person, you feel inadequate. I'm a jealous person. But guess what I do? I don't let it turn into any kind of, I don't give it any energy. I don't let it act on me. You know what? I'm lying. I do let it act on me. You know what I do? I say to myself, how can I do that? How can I accomplish that? That's a great thing that person accomplished. How can I accomplish that? I feel inadequate. I feel that there's a challenge. I feel inadequate now. Guess what? Let me see if I can do that. And then I'll say, sometimes I'll be like, oh, this is too hard. Nah, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. It's too hard. Kudos to them. Applaud to them. I'm not doing it. I tried. I thought about it. Maybe. So now, guess what? Let me show them respect. Let me maybe even assist them in what they're doing, because now I realize how hard it is. So that's just my strategy, man. I'm not altruistic or positive, really. I'm not holy or nothing like that. I'm just a low vibration individual, just like anybody else. But I try to keep it under wraps, keep it under control, because it would be embarrassing to me to even have to look back at myself and say, oh man, you did that out of jealousy, you did that out of envy, you did that out of hate, or you did that out of, just your feelings of inadequacy that doesn't have anything to do with the other person accomplishing their goals. So while you're out here shining, it's kind of best, if possible, to do it in quiet. Do it as quietly as possible. I don't know, unless you get around a supportive community. If you're in a toxic community, they see your accomplishments as an affront, and they don't have any buffer. Anyhow, thanks for listening.